Hi, my name is James Pelton, and I'm the CEO of Mobile Text Alerts. For the last 3 years, we've been helping over 1,000 LuLaRoe consultants grow their businesses. And one key that we've found in working with all these LuLaRoe consultants is that what makes or breaks you as a successful LuLaRoe consultant really are your live sales. Whether you make money as a consultant or have to close up shop is largely determined by how much you may sell at your live sales. And knowing how important these live sales are, there's no worse feeling than starting a live sale, getting all your inventory together, posting in your Facebook group, emailing your customers, and then not having anyone show up. It can be completely disheartening. And when no one shows up, no one ends up buying. And it's not just that you don't make money, but if you've invested $5,000, $6,000 in inventory and are relying on these live sales to make that money back, it's a disaster when no one shows up. It can bankrupt you and your family. So we really need to look into this. So why is no one showing up at your live sales? Why aren't people there? You might have quite a few subscribers and quite a few customers who bought from you before. And your customers, they might love you. We know that almost everyone loves LuLaRoe and loves to buy. So what's the issue? Why is no one showing up? Usually the problem is not with the live sale itself or what you're selling. The problem is with the promotion of the live sale. Let's look at how LuLaRoe consultants usually go about notifying their customers. And there's two main ways. The first main way that LuLaRoe consultants let their customers know about live sales is through email. Maybe sending out emails to all their subscribers using MailChimp or Constant Contact, which are integrated into Bless. And the second way we see consultants notify their customers about live sales is through Facebook. And this has probably become the primary way for consultants to notify their subscribers about things. And email and Facebook, they're not necessarily bad ways to notify people, they're just not that reliable. Let's start with email. Here's the problem with email. Here are the statistics from a recent email that we sent out from Mobile Text Alerts. And as you can see, the open rate on our email was only about 22.2%. So that means that of all the people that we sent the email to, 16,780, only 22.2% of those people actually opened the email. And that's just people who opened the email. That doesn't mean that they read it or clicked on it or acted on the email. And you might think, well, 22%, that's pretty low. And actually it is a bit lower than we'd like. We're working on getting that number up. We have a bigger email list, so our open rates are a bit lower than average. But actually the average open rate on an email is only 24%. And that's the average across all emails sent. So what that means is that if you send out an email to 100 people, you have your 100 customers and you notify them of a new sale you have going on. If you send an email to 100 customers, only 24 of those 100 customers will actually open the email. Again, that doesn't mean 24 people will read the email or will show up at your live sale. That's just how many will even open the email. For 76 people, your email will never even reach their eyes. Again, that doesn't mean that people don't like you or aren't interested in what you're selling. The problem is the average person receives over 150 emails per day. And things just tend to get lost in the shuffle. You know how it goes in your own email inbox. And another problem with email is that when someone does open an email, maybe somebody's part of that 24% that receives and opens your email, it often takes up to 8 hours before that email is read. So if you're starting a live sale at 2 p.m. and you send out your email to 100 customers letting them know the sale started, again, only 24 are going to see that email, and only a couple of those will probably see your email before the sale's over. It might take up to 8 hours before they see that email from you and start buying. So email has a lot of problems. If you're only using email to promote yourself to your subscribers, things are not going to work out very well. And a lot of consultants have understood this, so they've switched to Facebook and social media to reach their customers and notify them of new sales. And Facebook worked out great in the early days. Back in the good old days of Facebook, if someone was a part of your Facebook group and you posted to your Facebook group, they would see it. Everyone would see it. So LuLaRoe consultants started to think, let's forget email, let's just use Facebook. And that's where a lot of consultants are stuck at right now, maybe yourself included. I'm having a live sale, I'll post to my Facebook group and hope people show up. And again, this used to work really well, but it doesn't anymore. And the reason is that Facebook has changed. Facebook has what's called an algorithm. It's basically just a fancy computer word that means a formula to determine which posts show up in someone's newsfeed and which posts are hidden. Facebook doesn't show every single post in your newsfeed. There's too many of them. So they have a formula to show on your newsfeed what they think you will be most interested in. They take into consideration things like how many likes a post has. The more likes, the more it will show up. They think, well, this must be an interesting post. One big change Facebook's made in their algorithm is they've decided that posts from your friends are much more important than posts from your groups. So they've bumped up the importance of posts from friends and bumped down the importance of posts from groups. And what this has done to the LuLaRoe industry, and really all businesses that use Facebook to communicate with their customers, is that group post show rates have dropped by 42% in the last year. So that means that Facebook shows 42% fewer group posts than they used to, and that number keeps going down. Facebook's tweaking this more and more. It seems like each week Facebook has a new announcement about a change in their algorithm. And all these changes, they're great for your Facebook experience as a user. I have a lot more fun scrolling through my newsfeed than I used to. But unfortunately, this is disastrous for LuLaRoe consultants who are using Facebook to talk to their customers. What this means is that now when you post something to your Facebook group like live sale starting now, Facebook may decide that post isn't important to your customers, and most of your customers probably will never see that post. That's hurting a lot of consultants. Maybe you've experienced it. Rochelle, a LuLaRoe consultant we interviewed last week, tells us about how she started mysteriously losing subscribers on her Facebook group. She says she was getting complaints that she was not notifying them about her pop-up boutiques. And Rochelle was posting about her pop-up boutiques, but due to the Facebook algorithm changes, people weren't seeing her posts. Her posts simply weren't showing up in her customers' news feeds. So email and Facebook may have worked in the past for getting a hold of subscribers, but they're not reliable anymore. And if you're having trouble getting people to your live sales and you're using only email and Facebook to notify them, that's the problem. And we've worked with over 1,000 consultants over the past few years to try and solve this problem. And the solution that we've developed is that instead of using email or Facebook, using text messages to notify your customers about your live sales. Text messaging is a lot different than email and Facebook. Do you remember when I told you those email open rate statistics? Only 24% of people open an email and it takes about 8 hours for an email to be opened. Well, for text messaging, 99% of text messages are opened within 5 minutes of sending. I mean, that is massively better than email or Facebook. Again, take the scenario we mentioned before. You send out a message to 100 of your subscribers. With email, only 24 see the message. With text messaging, 99 of those 100 people will see your message and read your message within 5 minutes of you sending it. That blows email and Facebook completely out of the water. And in fact, I'm betting that you probably have your phone somewhere close to you. And if you got a text message right now, you'd probably stop this video to read it. That's just how text messaging works. We have to read texts as they come in. It drives people nuts to have that little one unread message icon floating there. One more example, if you needed your husband to come home quickly, we'll say in 1 hour you need your husband home because there's company coming over and the house needs to be cleaned. If your husband does that kind of thing. You need your husband home in 1 hour, would you email him? Well, maybe, but it'd be a little risky whether he gets that email in time or not. Let me ask you, if you needed your husband home in an hour, would you post to a Facebook group that he was a part of? Well, you know you wouldn't. The odds of him seeing that post are not good. If you're anything like me and my wife, what you would do if you need your husband home in 1 hour is you would text him. Texting is even a better solution than calling. If I'm in a meeting or stuck in the middle of a conversation, I may not be able to answer my phone, but I can definitely receive a text. So if we know that texting is the best way to get a hold of people quickly, why are people still using these other methods of communication in their businesses and wondering why it isn't working? Stop relying on Facebook and email for the success of your business and use texting to guarantee that your messages are going through. So you might ask, well, what's next? Well, if you would like to give texting a try, go ahead and click the link below to sign up for a free trial of Mobile Text Alerts. Again, we've developed a system that lets you subscribe your customers and send out text messages notifying them of live sales, new inventory, giveaways, and all sorts of other things. So click the link below and sign up for a free trial of Mobile Text Alerts.